Hello friends, schoolsteps.in welcomes you again. In this tutorial, we are going to discuss about the layouts for the Android wearable devices. Android wearable devices use the same layout techniques as the handheld Android devices. But for the Android wearable devices, we need to design them with the specific constraints. Let's discuss. Open Android Studio, go to File, New Project. Give the project name as Android Wear Layout. Click Next. Check Wear and uncheck Phone and Tablet. Click on Next. Click on Next and click Finish. It will create a project for you. Under the layout folder, you will get 3 XML files. One is the activity main, which is already opened, and the other 2 are rect and round. Let's open these 2 as well. And let's go to the rect activity main. The first thing that we need to understand is we can change the virtual device at the design time. We can change it right from here. Let's choose Android Wear Square and it will change the design to the square. So this helps us in designing the layouts in a better way. The second thing that we need to understand is, and which is a very important thing, we can use only one virtual device at a time. So if we change the virtual device to rect, as we have done right here, it will get reflected everywhere. So if we go to the round activity main, it will also get changed to rect shape, and so is with activity main.xml. And on the contrary, if we change it to round shape, let's go to the round activity main, and now let's choose round shape, which is right here. It will change the shape at the design time to the round, but if we go to the rect, the shape will also get changed right here. So we can use only one virtual device at the design time. Let's change it back to the rect shape right here. So now the next thing that we need to observe is that the text layout for both rect and round XML is different. In the rect XML, the text is set at the upper left corner. On the contrary, in the round XML, the text is set in the center. This approach is good if we need to maintain two different layouts corresponding to rect and round. Now think about the scenario where we need the same layout and design for both rect and round shape variables. Will we face any challenge? My answer is yes. Let's understand the challenge. Let's go back to the rect activity main.xml. Let's assume that we want to place the text on the upper left corner for both rect and round shapes. It will look good on the rect shape, as you can see on the screen, but on the round shape, if I change it to round shape, the text will go out of the border. So what is the solution for this problem? The solution for this problem is a special layout that is included in the library for both square and round devices. Let's discuss the solution. We need to achieve something like shown in the screen. We need to draw a box inside the round shape and all the child views should be inside the box. This is possible using the box inset layout class. Let's do it. Right click on the layout, go to new, go to XML and click on layout XML file. Give the name as custom layout and click on finish. Go to the source of custom layout. Right here select everything and delete. Let's use the class box inset layout here. So we need to start a tag. We need to say Android dot support dot wearable dot view dot box inset layout. Let's define the schema. After defining the box inset layout, let's quickly define some properties. Let's say layout height. So Android layout height, let's define it as match parent. In the similar way, let's define the layout width and let's give it as match parent. The next thing which we need to do is to define a frame layout inside it. So we need to say frame layout. Let's say layout width is equal to match parent and height is equal to match parent. Now let's define the background color of box insert layout. So we need to say background and let's define the color as blue. In the similar way, let's define the background color for the frame layout. So color, let's say white. Now let's go to the design layout. If you see here, it is just showing the white color, which is the frame layout. We need to create a box inside the circle. To achieve that, let's go back to the source and right here, let's say Android padding, let's say 20 dp. And now let's see the result in the design layout. After defining the padding, you can see the box inside the circle. Let's improve it more. We can change the padding right from here, expand it, and let's make it 30. And now you can see the desired box inside the circle. Now let's go to the square AVD and see how it looks in the square shape. So if you see the blue area, it's the padding. We have already defined the padding as 30. Let's go back to the round shape and let's go back to the source. Let's define few elements inside the frame layout. Let's say text view. Let's define the width as match parent and height as wrap content. Other than that, let's define the text color. Let's make it black. Let's define the text and let's make it app name. Save it. Let's define another element which is image view. Let's define the width as wrap content and height again as wrap content, and let's define the background. Let's say IC launcher. Let's define one more element same as image view, and now let's define the gravity for text view as well as for the image view. So we need to say gravity and let's define the gravity as top and left. For the image view 1, let's define the gravity as bottom and left, and for the second image view, let's define the gravity as right and bottom. The next very important thing which we need to define is the attribute in the frame layout, and the name of the attribute is layout underscore box. So we need to say app colon layout underscore box and the value is all. This attribute makes sure that all the child elements of frame layout, they remain inside the box. Let's go to the design view and let's see the output. This one is the bottom left, this one is the bottom right, and this one is the top left, and all the elements are inside the box. Now let's see the output in the square AVD. Before we run our program, we need to go to the activity main.xml and we need to discuss about these two attributes. So the rect layout, it is pointing to the rect activity main.xml, and the round layout is pointing to the round activity main.xml. So basically at the runtime, if we run our program using the rect shape variable, this particular file gets executed, and if we use the round shape, this particular file gets executed. So at the runtime, it is decided which particular file will be executed depending upon the shape of the variable. But in our case, we need to define only one layout for both rect layout as well as for the round layout. We have just defined our custom layout. Let's use that. So right here we need to say custom layout. So now irrespective of the shape, only custom layout will be executed. Let's run our program. Here is the output on the square AVD as well as on the round AVD. To make the output more beautiful and more visible, let's remove the blue color and let's make it white. Go to the custom layout, go to the text, and right here let's say white, and let's run the program again. After changing the color, here is the output on the square AVD as well as on the round AVD. And if you see right here on the round AVD, the text is not going out of the border. That is it. Thank you so much. Friends, with this I take your leave. Thank you so much. Please like our page on facebook.com/letsandroid. If you have any query, do write us at info@schoolsteps.in or schoolstepsin@gmail.com. Thank you.